everybody. Welcome back to the Playing with Power podcast, the issue-by-issue retrospective on Nintendo Power Magazine. I am your host, Ben, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Mike.
Hi.
And John.
Let's play America's favorite game show. What flavor fruit is in John's beer tonight?
You're tuning in for Volume 71 from April of 1995. We have Stargate on the cover.
What do you think, Ben?
I'm going to go with peach.
Nope.
Apricot.
Nope.
Mango.
Pear. Mango. Ben wins.
That's the new thing. For some reason, mango is like the hot fruit right now.
Mango wheat from Blue Moon. It's all right.
Ugh. On that, I decided I'm not really a wheat beer guy. I'm not into it. Not into the Hefeweizens. Not so much. All right. Well, let's see here. I'm actually abstaining from adult beverage tonight. I have my other love drug, which is caffeine in front of me. I have some iced tea going. All right. So we got Stargate in the cover, and we have one of the bad guys with one of those like Sphinx heads on their heads, which is always kind of cool in the movie because they kind of move independently. Mm-hmm. Does make you wonder how they can see those damn things, though.
Well, like the idea is that they were the futuristic people that like put pyramids on Earth, right? So like they have this like alien technology,
right?
I mean, if we can see through freaking, they're probably like cameras, and they can like see inside the helmet. Would be my guess.
It would have to be like a periscope because their eyes are about level with this necklace.
We don't know what their anatomy is.
Yes, we do. They take the masks off.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, we do. Maybe it's with that third eye, or is that only in the TV show?
It's been like 20 years since I've seen Stargate.
What I want to know is if that third eye is, if they can see through it, or if it's just for decoration, blind. Because I need something to get me through this semi-charmed kind of life.
That just gave me cancer.
Does not compute.
That's that Third Eye Blind, Semi-Charmed kind of life song.
Okay. I don't
Baby, I want something else.
Yeah, I actually,
Semi-charmed kind of life, baby.
I just remember now. I actually saw them live.
I'm sorry.
You saw them live?
It was in, you know what? They were actually the best band of the show because they did some Led Zeppelin covers, and they were okay at it. It was the cover. The headlining band was the Goo Goo Dolls.
Oh, really? I like Goo Goo Dolls.
Iris is a great song.
That's the only good song they have.
Baby's back, black balloon'll make her fly. Everybody loves songs about heroin.
All right. So, anyways, let's get into it. So, also on the cover, they talk about The Secret of Evermore, Spider-Man, the Animated Series, NFL Values, the sports scene, NBA Jam Term Edition, codes, and finally, Inside, the new 64 Dream Team.
Isn't Evermore a show on the CW?
I don't think so.
Riverdale is on the CW. And that's a great show.
Oh, Archie!
God, that would have been fucking great if Betty was played by her. Oh, Archie, let's go and jogging to the malt shop.
Now that's a crossover I'd watch.
We can go swinging.
All right, let's see.
Inside cover features a dude jumping off of a stage into a crowd, which looks like it might actually catch him.
What?
Is this like a mosh pit? Or a mosh
the idea is like stage diving.
Stage diving, crowd surfing, whatever.
Yeah, but into like 8 people, which is not good math.
No, it's not enough. You can tell, like, there's this one chick, you can see her face. She's like, I don't know about this.
She's doing the math on it, and she's like, nope.
She's like, my hands are in the air, but I'm not even close to them.
I'm waving them. I'm waving them like you shouldn't be doing this. And
stop! Yeah,
this guy's heavier than we were told.
Yeah, he has like sweatpants and a white shirt. Like it's, I don't know.
That's not even the worst part. He's got sideburns.
Beard. Yeah, he's got sideburns he was shaved though, so it's just like the bottom of the sideburn.
Yes, it is.
I've never seen
horrific.
this
It is
ever.
horrific. It's like having a earring made out of hair.
Yeah.
This guy's neck looks like Charlie Brown's ghost costume.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It is not a good look.
On the
Hey,
pantheon.
everybody, I got a rock.
On the pantheon of beard styles, this is like in the bottom. This is in like.
Yeah, I've never seen this style for a good reason. Clearly,
Oh my
Rorschach
God,
test
not a good
of
one.
beards.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
this might actually be worse than just pure neck
Well,
beard.
and what's weird is like it's only about like maybe 2 inches or like diameter or diameter, I guess. Like he mostly just has a goatee and then this like weird patch at the bottom of the sideburn. It's bizarre. It's absolutely awful.
It's like you got a hickey from Cousin It.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, he's got a growth going on that he needs to take care of.
Oh, yeah, it could be a big mole.
Could be.
Anyway,
if the mole was his head.
Music didn't drive him into a frenzy. The ad says it was the guy who snaked his issue of Nintendo Power. So he's snaked. Yeah, apparently they're just going after that youth vote.
Yeah.
Look at the guy in the back right of the image. It's like on the left side of the fold, so to speak.
Oh my God, the guy at the very bottom of the mosh pit looks like Dante from Clerks.
Yeah.
Which guy?
On the
pink
second
shirt?
page.
Which one are we talking about? The guy in the pink shirt and
Or the
and
blue
collared
shirt or the white?
Yeah, the guy in the white shirt. Kind of looks like Dante from Clerks.
No, he doesn't.
No, well,
That looks like Jeff Probst's cousin.
Who's the guy? The guy in the back looks like what's his name? Danny McBride.
A little bit. I can see that. Yeah.
oh, the guy in the middle kind of looks like Kyle Glass. The other half of Tenacious D.
Who's the Microsoft guy?
Steve
Gates.
Ballmer.
Yeah, he looks like Ballmer.
Yes, he looks like Bill Gates, Mike. You fucking retard.
Bill Gates.
God damn it.
Ballmer. The guy that bought the basketball team.
I knew who you were talking about. Yes, the guy who paid $2 billion for the Clippers. Best business decision ever.
What was that thing he said before when he was like slapping his hand and he was just saying that one word like innovate, innovate, innovate?
No, it's going developers for like 80 times. And his intro song to that, besides, 10 lines of coke, was get on your feet.
All right.
Make it happen.
Before we leave this ad, did you see the anarchy symbol they put in?
No.
Check the end of the sentence. It says, like, until you get your own subscription, you're never going to beat someone who gets their own monthly issue of Nintendo Power. And above and beside it and above the other logo is an anarchy logo. And then they put it in again at the bottom.
There's in two
And there's
places.
a third one, yeah.
Weird. All right. Well, let's move on to the table of contents, which looks like it was taken by the Predator using its heat vision.
Yeah.
Of the same Stargate guy we saw on the front cover. Except it's a big red background. So they talk about Stargate, as we said, and then they have full coverage of Spider-Man the Animated Series. Addams Family values Stargate's the sports scene, Mario's Picross, The Lion King. They have Take-Two reviews of Bonkers, Air Cavalry, Drop Zone, Pack and Time, Bust a Move.
It'd be cool if it was like Conker's Air Cavalry, like you were throwing nuts at people like Conker the Squirrel.
And Jurassic Park 2, which we already covered for some reason. And they have a special feature on NBA Jam Code Special, latest news in the Ultra 64, and then something called Banana Bucks. And then they also have another Epic Center.
Isn't that the new all-male bar near Mike's house?
No, Banana Bucks is like, when you buy so much Banana Boat sunscreen that they give you Banana Bucks to spend on more Banana Boat.
Yeah.
There's money in
right.
the banana bucks.
What's that stupid joke?
Jesus, like, stop making a damn stupid joke.
Where's that stupid joke? Like a deer walks out of a bar. He's like, "Damn, I blew $40 in there."
What's the joke?
Oh, there's another good thing of. I'll have to remember it now.
Anyway, whatever. That was the joke, Mike.
Was he told it was a stag party?
Yeah, he's blowing other male deer who are also called bucks. Got it?
Oh, okay. No.
Any hoozle. All right, player's pulse.
Okay, first letter comes from Adam Randall from the Woodlands, Texas.
Wow.
Is there a city called the Woodlands?
I think he's just in a log cabin somewhere, growing a really giant beard.
And a massive pot farm to pay for everything.
Damn good biscuits.
Okay, so he writes in, I am responding to the section in Players Polls that asked what I think of the new arrangement, unquote. I like it a lot with the Take-Two reviews, the new table of contents, the player players arena, the power charts, the new Hall of Fame most wanted, in the release forecast. The reason I didn't include now playing, even though it's good, is that I have no idea what those symbols mean. So next issue, will you please include a legend? What really needs improvement, in my opinion, is Pack Watch, because it's kind of confusing about where they start, stop, and even what system they're for.
If it's about color, it's not the Game Boy.
Worst section ever.
P.S. The glow-in-the-dark front and back covers are really neat. Are you going to make another Link adventure? And they respond, another of the games starring Link, huh? Well, we don't know for sure what the game development teams over in Kyoto and Nintendo Company Ltd. have up their sleeves, but we would advise you to take that bet if someone bets you that there won't be no Legend of Zelda game.
Well, what is the next Zelda? The next Zelda at this point would be 64?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ocarina of Time.
Unless it was one of the ones for the Game Boy, like Oracle of Seasons.
Oh, those were after.
Oh, yeah.
Those are after.
This Adam guy, he was wrong about the Take-Two reviews, wrong about the new table of contents, wrong about the Players Power Arena, wrong about the power charts. This Hall of Fame hasn't struck any chords with us.
Wrong. Low energy. Sad. Fake reviews.
The biased Nintendo media.
We're gonna make Nintendo great again.
Lovely.
Okay, next is Philip Moyers.
Apparently my Trump impression is Dice Clay.
You gotta throw like a whiny New Yorker accent in it, and then maybe you can do it just as good as me. Maybe. You can try. You may never get there, but you can try.
That's so weak. You need to work on it. All right. Who's next?
Philip Moyers from Prince George, Virginia. This is awesome! Forget the next level. I'm going for loudness. Computer graphics on almost every page. Anybody who can't appreciate your new look should be shot. Boy, this guy is really impressed with clip art. However, correspondence is what adds spice to NP. Please extend the Player's Pulse section. I can kind of get behind that, especially if they're done with such enthusiastic listeners such as this guy.
Anybody who can't appreciate it should be shot. Sincerely, Eric Kleibold, Columbine, Colorado. Too soon? All right, too soon.
All right, so what's the difference between a deer nut and a beer nut? One is $1.50 and the other is just under $1.
Yeah, good one.
There you go.
Oh my goodness! All right, Lauren Mike Wiskowski from Monsters Inc. writes in, I think the Pack Watch, now playing all the other regular Nintendo Power columns, are great. I think it was time for a new look. I was getting tired of the quote-unquote old look. For a while, I was drifting into other video game magazines. A big shock came to me when I opened up the January issue and I saw the cool new designs. I realized that no other magazine comes close to Nintendo Power in any way. Wow. Gobble them, stroke the shaft and gobble, swallow the gravy, why don't you? Anyway, all right.
Don't forget to cut the balls.
Mm.
Okay, so David Stevens from Luddite, Missouri. Sure. What do I think of the new format?
Michigan.
It rocks. No more of this happy-go-lucky stuff. It's just straight to the point and down to business. I like Packwatch's bigger pictures and easier to understand explanation of games. I also like the new symbols I'm now playing. Take Two is great. If you just want to check out a game a little bit, you don't have to read through a 6-page review. The new table of contents is cool too. Now I don't have to take 20 minutes scanning to find what page such and such game is on. Thank you ever so much for not changing classified information. Without the manila pages in gray border, I'd never find it. Thanks for a great mag.
I'd never find it. Nope.
Table of contents.
Apparently, the guy couldn't find the flipping table of contents before, which was much easier to read.
Yeah. Try looking at the first page after the ads. And
all right,
also,
Mike.
it's a nice thing.
It's all like handily color-coded before and broken out into sections. Now it's just on a piece of shit background.
Yep. It's awful. All right, Mike. Next
yeah,
one.
well, John, I'll let you handle this next one because I'm taking on the first top 10 list.
I figured you would. All right. You sent me a survey, and I finished it. When I put in the envelope and licked it, I didn't have the bad-tasting envelope. It didn't have the bad-tasting envelope gunk stuff. It tasted really good like carrot juice. It was cool. I just had to tell you. Wow, that's one of the weirder
So you're saying
from
Nintendo
Masando Jensen.
So Nintendo changed the chemical makeup of the adhesive in the envelope he had already bought separately, or did they provide their own envelope and we just never knew this? Because I thought it was pretty thorough.
He's just hitting
the sauce, all right.
Hitting some of that person up there in Washington.
This is how it starts. You know, they start off with the licking the stamps, and then they start huffing glue and expo markers, and next thing you know,
it's the woods to eat anything that you can find growing under tree trunks.
2 weeks later, strung out on heroin.
What'd you do? What'd you do all afternoon, Masando? Oh, sat around licking envelopes. It was amazing.
They didn't.
Also, it was like how he got it into a letter. Like, so he wrote a letter, liked the taste of the glue on the envelope, and then wrote another letter to tell them about the taste.
Yes.
And of they the glue.
I think he just wanted.
I think it was an excuse to lick the envelopes again.
Yeah. All right, Mike.
They were so.
Well, hold on. I had another point to make. So I don't know if you guys remember this story coming out around the same time the Switch came out, but it came out like the game packs for the Nintendo Switch tasted awful. It was like all these like journalists were like, this is apparently a thing. I'm gonna try it. You know, all these like legitimate video game journalists are like putting their mouths like, oh, it tastes awful. We reached out to Nintendo and see what they said. And they were basically like, yeah, we did that on purpose so like idiots wouldn't try to eat them.
Oh, huh.
Dude. Yeah, because make it taste like vanilla so that idiots will eat them, and then you have to buy the game again.
I think they don't want little kids eat. They want to make it. It's probably really bitter, would be my guess. They're tiny. They're like the size of a little memory card. Like they're small enough that a kid could eat them. So making them bitter is probably a good thing, I would say. That's funny though. I didn't even think about that. I'm pretty
sure that they only had. Did they ever find out if they only had to do that for the North American cartridges? Because I can't imagine Japanese kids being that dumb. Americans, yes.
Well, there's just not that many Japanese kids anyway. Like their birth rate is like nothing at this point.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, maybe they should stop fucking their body pillows and actually, the women.
That's rich coming from you. All right.
Don't throw stones. Yeah.
Yeah. It's fair.
Your glass house there. Yeah. All right.
Okay. Well,
who's doing the top 10 here?
A top 10 list, but I'm a little tired of doing Letterman, so I got something else.
Uh-oh.
Okay, you seen this? All right, listen. Jesus. Here's the thing that lets you know if you've been playing Final Fantasy 3 too long.
Is this like Mike Tyson?
It's Leno.
Hold on. I hear something. Hold on. You're back. Hey, Ben. How's it going? Have you guys did your podcast again?
Oh, hey, Mike.
Mike,
how
you're
you
the
doing?
best.
Hey, it's on Mike Tyson. On Mike Tyson on the show tonight.
Is this some kind of impersonator, Mr.?
No, man, it's me, Leno.
Who?
Jay Leno.
Jay Leno. That guy's still alive?
Yes, I'm still alive. Yes.
Man, if you ever boxed Jay Leno, that chin would be an easy target.
Look at that. Look, another chin joke. Yeah, that's so original.
That's a good one. Okay. All right. Well, I'll see you guys later.
All right.
So long.
All right. So we have Canadian retard doing Jay Leno doing David Letterman top 10 list. All right, let's go for it.
Okay, kids, you seen this? Okay, this is true. Things that let you know if you've been playing Final Fantasy 3 for too long. You heard this game? You seen this?
Is it over yet?
You think number 10?
Look at it.
You think
your
neighbor is a spy for the Empire? Huh? Number 9. You go around asking people to join the Returners. You heard of the Returners? You heard about them? Okay, number 8. You pick fights so you can build XP. Yeah? Number 7. You named your dog Interceptor. Interceptor, because that's the name of the dog. Number 6. You think your science teacher is an Esper. Number 5. You think your school is Zozo Tower. Number 4. You tried using your fire spell to light the stove. You know those things are electric now? Number 3. Your brother was picking on you, and you tried the bum rush. Number 2. You thought your family car was Magitech armor. And number one, you thought your grandma's fruit was a piece of magicite. Let's talk to people on the street. Fuck.
So should we make this a thing now? Should we just do the top 10 lists and like the stylings of like an impersonation and see if you guys can guess who it is? Is that what you want?
No.
I just tried to take a sip out of my water bottle. I forgot the lid wasn't screwed on tight.
I was gonna do Lebowski. Was gonna be my one. Like, you're not wrong. You're just an asshole, man. All right, let's do the.
Really tied the room together.
Dude, the Chinaman is not the preferred nomenclature. All right. All right. Let's do.
You want to cut out Johnson?
We are nihilists. We believe in nothing.
You see what this is like, John? You see what this is like when you fuck a podcaster in the ass?
Oh my goodness.
All right. Hints that you play too many video games. 10. You call your friends Wario, Kirby, and Link. 9. You throw sonic booms at your friends.
Wario, Kirby, and Link are my friends.
8. When you go outside. Jokes on them. We never go outside.
Yeah, exactly.
When you go outside, you see a worm running around and a crow hovering above. Is that like an Earthworm Jim thing?
I guess.
7. You eat super mushrooms and fire flowers for breakfast.
Yep.
6. Scorpion and M. Bison help you with your homework.
Get over here.
5.
Sulfur X.
2 apes with bananas and barrels haunt your dreams.
Well,
that's pretty dark.
Normal. Yeah.
4. Your fingers twitch all the time.
That's the heroin.
Yep. 3. The electric company and toy store send you birthday cards. 2. When you get out of the pool, you see a sword stuck in the concrete with an owl hooting. Are you Master Link? And number 1, you can play 2-player games by yourself.
You know, because we don't have friends.
It's also called masturbating. All right.
Oh, and here's one that looks like a 10-year-old John.
I was gonna say it looks like you, Mike.
Yeah, it looks more like Mike.
Oh my God, this is like it's like if somebody took the DNA off of our microphones and just like made like a depressing hybrid of us.
All right, so it's Dennis Madrigal of Sun Valley, California. He writes in, "For days I've waited for this bonus issue. I had a few reliefs and disbeliefs. I was hoping you would have a new comic because it's been so long. What happened to the Nintendo Power trading cards? Really enjoyed the Killer Instinct cards. I also like the other new improvements in all the other sections. Every time I get a Nintendo Power issue, I only go to the poster. Every poster I get goes on my wall. Congratulations on the new issue. And he has a picture of himself, like, with all his posters behind him, and like his tongue kind of. It looks kind of like Jabba. Yeah, he looks kind of. Well, it looks kind of like Jabba the Hutt when Leia was strangling him.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Just before he came. So
look, it looks like they have a celebrity writing in here.
Oh, okay. Okay. Do you want me to take this one, or you want Mike you this one?
Yeah. Okay. In the voice, though.
Well, okay. I'm writing about this new game, Donkey Kong Country. What kind of name is that? I bet it took years just to come up with the thing. Why, I could think of an even better game name in 10 seconds. Tops. What happens when you make a sequel? Super Donkey Kong Country? What an enormous name! The other day I was skimming through the instruction booklet and I noticed something. In the DKC Atlas it shows my grandson in a minecart, if I'm not mistaken. Above him there's a sign that reads Lost Mines. If there's a sign that tells you where you are, how can you be lost? You whippersnappers at Nintendo don't even know what you're talking about. You guys really messed up this time. What's with Squawks and his blinking flashlight? Lights like that could give an old guy like me a seizure. It's just too much for my poor old eyes. If I had the frames of animation, I'd walk down to Nintendo and pop you one in the kisser. By Cranky Kong, Congo Jungle, DKC.
Nice. They respond.
That's like the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
More like the Republic Committee of the Congo.
Mm-hmm. Says, once again, we humbly bow to the all-knowing Cranky Kong. Pay attention, young gamers, and you shall be enlightened. Cranky has spoken.
Is he like the stone idol from Zardoz? The penis is a sin. It kills more than 1,000 bullets.
Let's see. Sherry, I'll do this one, then Ben, you can wrap it up. Sherry Goldhart of Chattanooga, 10 Arkansas. I screwed that up. I think the new look is totally awesome, especially the now playing logo. It was nifty how you turn the Nintendo logo into an O. It says, read me. I really like the glow-in-the-dark cover and the Donkey Kong iron on. My brother is jealous because he isn't a subscriber and didn't get trading cards and other cool stuff. Your magazine is the best magazine in the world, except I think Player's Pulse should be 4 pages so you can print more letters and envelope art. Keep up the good work.
Okay, last letter here is from J.R. Vitale from Lighthouse Point, Florida.
It's Vital. It's Dick Vitale's kid.
Who?
Oh my god, I want to read it.
Dick
Vitale. Like the guy, Dick Vitale, the guy that does the.
Do the voice?
He's a diaper dandy, baby. He's a prime time player. He's that really old guy that like calls the basketball games. Gets really excited about everything. Nah, that's all right. You can do it, Ben.
All right.
After City, baby.
After I raked in the cash on Christmas Day, I went to the store and bought the long-awaited Donkey Kong Country. The first time playing, my cousin and I stared amazingly at the stunning 3D graphics, listened to the awesome music. I plan on getting the soundtrack, and were relieved to find out that the moves were as easy to learn as playing Pong. To sum it up, wow! I feel bad for the players using Sega Genesis. To get the 32 meg experience, they had to spend $150. After I found that out, the $69 price tag on Donkey Kong Country started to look pretty good to me. For those players out there who are still reluctant, don't be. This is a must-have game, and there is no possible way of denying it. To Nintendo, Silicon Graphics, and Rare, a great big thank you, because I and other video game fanatics out there fully appreciate your quality work.
All right, I'm calling it out.
Wasn't the Super Nintendo 250 when it came out?
No, he's saying there was like Okay, so Nintendo or Donkey Kong Country was a 32 meg game, so you only had to pay the $70 to get the game in order to experience a 32 megabyte game. Is what he's saying.
Yeah, right, the $150
add-on. Yeah, you don't have to buy an add-on. But all right, we're never gonna air the interview because Gail won't let us. But she did say they planted reviews in these sections, and that is such a fucking plant. Oh my!
There's no way that's not a plant.
So
is Lighthouse Point even a city?
That's one of the things. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll ever be able to interview her or to air her interview. But she admitted that they had, just they printed whatever they wanted in some of these. So the way that's written, that has to be a plant. There's no way any kid would write.
Come on,
that. So
it's easy to learn as playing Pong. Like okay, older, definitely older. Because no kids.
And then taking a shit all over Genesis for no
taking a shit on Genesis reason. And then calling out 3 companies involved in the development, even though Silicon Graphics is not even anywhere near the packaging or the actual game.
Well, clearly this was it could have been Gail herself because, JR from Dallas and Dick Vitale, an old sports announcer, 2 old references that only adults at the time would have gotten.
Maybe. Oh, there's a writer here named Jeff Running. Maybe it's him. The conspiracy goes on. All right, let's move on. Power charts. Super Nintendo top 20. Number 5, Earthworm Jim. Number 4, Final Fantasy 3. Number 3, Super Metroid. Number 2, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Number 1, Donkey Kong Country.
Why do they have the screenshots with different numbers on the top? Final Fantasy 3 is there as number 2, but it's posted as number 4.
I don't know. Bad editing.
All right, good answer. Game Boy top 10. Number 5, Wario Land. Number 2, Super Mario Land 2. Number 3, Donkey Kong Land. Fuck, it's the land of the lands. Number 2, Legend of Zelda: Land to the Past. And number 1, Donkey Land.
Wow, that's amazing. There's so many different titles with land in it.
Yeah.
You're right.
To say that the world's for Super Nintendo, I guess. I don't know.
I guess the guy that compiled this list, his favorite song is "Land of Confusion," and not much games go around.
This is what they're saying of the top 10 fighting games: Mortal Kombat 2, Super Punch-Out, Street Fighter 2, and then WWF Raw with Mortal Kombat 2 again. Oh, Game Boy.
Game Boy.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
First feature game in here
no Play Fighters anywhere in that list, by the way. So
the first 3 looks like it's all got the same 2s on the end, except Punch-Out has 2 exclamation marks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they may as well just had top 3 in there and just skip the rest, to be honest. Mm-hmm. Okay.
There's 2 Samurai Showdowns? Oh, all right. Game Boy.
Next section, feature game, Spider-Man, based on the animated series. Who had this one?
Me.
All right, tell us about it.
Oh, these controls are terrible. And Spidey looks cool, except you have to be about 4/5 to the right of the screen before it moves. Oh. So any enemies you encounter, you immediately walk into them.
Oh, they're right on you. Okay. Oh yeah, good times.
Yeah, and the swinging, apparently you have Spider-Man's webs only shoot about 2 feet. So if you are not basically grabbing onto the ceiling, you can't swing for shit. So if there's a large cavern,
I've came further than that.
well, who hasn't? I mean,
right.
We've all had days where
you ever get that back from vacation nut where you couldn't do it for a week,
and you end up giving yourself a facial.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just the goal every time, but,
Lovely.
What is the super...
is that when you, lay on your back and, arch your legs behind your head?
No, nothing fancy. You're just on your back, and then all of a sudden, ow, fuck, and then you gotta, get the eyedropper and...
I gotta get my eye tested for herpes again now.
Gross. So this is made by Acclaim, which is the LJN, formerly known as LJN.
Oh, it tells you right on the game. As soon as you start, it says LJN.
Oh, Jesus.
That's how you know you're fucked right off the bat.
So I'm seeing screenshots here. I see Spider-Man, and then I see a black and white Spider-Man.
I never got that far, although it seems to be the same level.
What's the deal with that?
I can't imagine. I'd imagine that it would have to be armor that would make you tougher, or an invincibility thing, which doesn't make any sense. So you end up fighting.
Oh yeah, it says web
which,
arm. There's these power ups in the bottom. Web armor.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, so you have like limited web shots, which is, always great when you're trying to figure out a game. You can't stick to the walls as like you think you can. Like I tried jumping against a wall and pressing a whole combination of buttons, couldn't do it. So whatever system they have has to be like terribly unintuitive, and swinging around is just garbage. I could only make it about to the first part of where you see this, like the map. I couldn't even make it past that because it didn't show how I could. Like I tried punching the grate, didn't work. I tried doing a jump kick against the grate, couldn't get past it. So fuck this game.
Okay. So it's another terrible platformer from LJN with the beloved licensed property.
And Spidey doesn't look too good. Like when you play him on the screen, he takes up a lot of real estate on the screen. Like these aren't like zoomed in screenshots. Spidey's about that big.
Jeez. I'm looking at the history of Spider-Man adaptation games here, and the only one that I can remember being good was Maximum Carnage.
The Return of the Sinister Six wasn't good? I mean, for an NES game, those graphics look tight.
I had that game. Maximum
Carnage is a bit of a rough game too. Like it's like a 6 good.
Yeah, I didn't say it was like a 10 or anything.
Yeah, no, I follow you. I'm with you.
I'd play it though. It's not
just
like
not
a
awful.
Game. Yeah.
Right.
Which is, that's about the highest praise you can give an LJN game. It's not an abomination. I mean, I wouldn't go so far as to say it's good.
You wouldn't want to go after it with a coat hanger.
Terrible.
I said abomination, not abortion.
So what bad guys we have in here? We've got
look at him fighting Dr. Octopus, and he looks so. Oh my God, Spidey's supposed to be like slender and agile. Look at him when he's facing Doc Ock, and aside from the fact that Doc Ock looks like a glitch, you got the fact that Spidey looks like a gym bro. I mean, this guy's
I don't know. This is the steroid era. Everybody was like juicing at this point.
Oh right, the Rob Liefeld Spider-Man, where everybody was a fucking muscle-bound torso.
He does look really kind of squatty though, like short. But I think that's the overall visual style of this entire game.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
you see him like kicking and it barely makes it past his shoulder.
Yeah, like his kick is terrible. This, like Spidey might as well not do leg day because he ain't got legs. It's like if you a kick is like a shorter range punch, which doesn't make any sense.
You go up on a construction site, you fight the Tri-Spider Slayer, which is a combination of Black Widow, Tarantula, and Scorpion. Big robot thing. Then you Brooklyn Bridge. Doesn't even tell you who you fight here, but I love the picture on page 16 of Spidey just standing on a raft, looking all buff. Yeah, this is how I ride in a raft.
Yeah, just
Monster Energy drinks.
You sound like what's his name from Men in Black? The guy turns into a cockroach or whatever.
No garlics. What was it, like no anchovies or?
I forget what you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, he's the guy that gets his head blown off and then it regenerates.
Yeah.
Like no anchovies, and then like his head goes back or something.
Oh, Monk.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the villain. I'm talking about the villain in, like when he kills the farmer and takes his skin. He walks into the it's the cockroach guy, but like at the start of the movie,
okay,
he crashes and he goes into the the house.
More people remember Tony Shalhoub getting his head blown off than the rest of that movie.
Pretty much.
Like
Scene stealer. All right, and then apparently he goes to Coney Island and kicks a robot in the back.
It's the Rhino. And
Is it the Rhino?
Yeah, and he's breaking his spine apparently.
Republican in name only.
And then he fights. Let's see here.
What
is that?
Demogoblin.
Ghost Rider /
No, that's
Hobgoblin?
Yes, it's the Hobgoblin or the Demogoblin.
Yeah, Hobgoblin is orange, right? And has an orange hood.
Yeah, so this one is like the third goblin, the one that's actually. Oh wait, Jack-o'-lantern. Yeah, Jack-o'-lantern is his name.
Yep.
If it was
a memorable character. All right, let's move on to the next section here.
If it was Mike's mom, it would be the cock goblin.
Goblin spelled G-O-B-B-L-I-N.
Apostrophe, yes.
Yes, apostrophe. All right, let's move on to the codes for NBA Jam. We've got the Weird Acclaim dudes, including mulleted Brett Gow and Rick Astley himself, Eric Kuby.
With Scott Sheena, who is definitely Sylvester Stallone, like in disguise.
Eric Kuby looks like Seth Green.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I can see that. All right, celebrities.
Brett Gow, that's Danny McBride.
Yes.
Does he have a wife beater in his photo?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Or a jersey.
And Asif Chaudhry looks like a friggin' stoner.
He looks like
be hanging out the mall, eyeing the 14-year-old girls.
No,
he looks like the guy from Silicon Valley.
That's what he looks like. Yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah, the guy's in a bunch of stuff.
And then
Freaks and Geeks.
And then Eric Samolsky looks like a girl.
It might be. How do you know?
All
right, let's move on to
trans players. I welcome you to NBA Jam.
We've got celebrities, including President Clinton, aka Bill Clinton.
Martin Starr is that guy's name, by the way.
Oh my gosh, Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
Prince Charles, and we even have people. Let's see here. Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff are also in here.
You've got the Beastie Boys. Yeah, you got MC
Ed Rock, Mike D.
Mike D's nuts.
Heavy D. Oh my gosh, Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff.
And then who are these sports guys here?
Does he say that when he dunks?
That'd be amazing.
It would get annoying. You could just play that to just fucking torture the guy you're humiliating. You just keep dunking on him. Woo! Ha ha!
And Randall Cunningham is gay because no one handles the sack like Randall Cunningham. You know what I mean?
All right. And there's other codes here. Allow you to push the opponent and you both fall. Push opponent, teammate falls. Teleport you pass. High shots, speed up, slippery court, which affects all players.
Oh God.
And then there's a shot percentage display, max power. I don't know what that means.
It means
on fire always. Sounds fun.
Mm-hmm.
Power up defense, dunk from anywhere, which sounds amazing.
It does.
Better interception, goaltending allowed, also amazing. Unlimited turbo, meh. Powered up 3-pointers and power up shove. Yes.
Easy Weinstein. All right.
How come none of these codes are ooh la la?
Ooh la la.
Missed opportunity. All right, let's move on. Next game, we have Adam's Family Values.
A
Super Nintendo game with Nintendo graphics.
This is yours, Ben.
It was. So my notes have. You open this game, and the first thing you notice is you're playing a overhead adventure game with Uncle Fester. So I immediately got PTSD from Fester's Quest.
Yeah, all right.
And it was like, oh my God, what have they done? I'm not playing another one of these games.
He's shooting lightning again.
Yes, and he's shooting lightning again.
It looks all right ish.
Was not a good omen. So here's a fun thing. So if you die once, it's game over.
Well, that's good.
It just goes straight back to
it means you don't have to play anymore. that's good.
So it says game over, takes you back to the start screen, but then you can continue from the previous checkpoint, which is like outside of a dungeon, essentially. So it's got the TV show theme on the title screen, which is good. The rest of the music is piss poor. And the sound effects are pretty annoying. And there's just a ton of like portal puzzles, not a whole lot of action. And it's one of those, where action things where the things you're shooting at are smaller than the lightning. So like you can see how the lightning is on like one half. It's coming out of his right hand. So if the small thing is on your left side, well, you're screwed. It's just going to keep jumping at you, which is really fun to deal with. Because God forbid he just aim a little bit to the left and get whatever's in front of him,
Yeah.
So, it's just like I went into the first dungeon. I was going through it, and it's just mind-numbingly boring. You're just going through all these like portals. Okay, is this the right one? Nope. Is this the right one? Nope. Is this the right one? Nope. My God, I'll be there all day. There's no like rhyme or reason to it or figuring anything out, and just random luck.
I have to say, like, as part of this experience of like going and playing all these old games, like, because you remember old games and you remember like the great moments from when you were a kid and the great games, like, there's a lot of really, really shitty games that came out, like,
yeah.
And this is nobody really talks about Adam's Family Values anymore. Like, you remember the great parts of games, and like games like this just we don't talk about anymore. And we're like, oh, video games are so great growing up. Like yeah, the great ones were really great, but there was a lot of shit out there.
It's just phoned in. You have to like go and talk to the different Addams Family members, and they have like nice like digitally rendered versions of the main actors from the movies. And that's about as far as I got before I put down the controller because it's so boring. So
it seems like it would be a good.
You can see the specific screen I'm talking about where I gave up on page 25 here, right in the center, where it has all these little blue circles.
Yeah.
Around a red circle. Yeah. So go ahead and try the warps. Okay. So there's 8 of them.
No.
And every time you warp, it takes you to somewhere else in the dungeon, and you got to work your way back to this room before you get the right one.
Have to figure out which.
And the enemies regen.
Oh, so it's the Lost Woods.
Pretty much. This is the first level. This is Dungeon 1, by the way.
Oh, fuck me.
Screw that.
And even like the idea, you have to rescue baby Pubert. Oh, remember Pubert Adams?
I don't remember that from the movie. Remember that from the movie? As for the values, I forget what the plot of that one was.
This seems like it would
This was not the mother thing. This was the wife.
I don't remember the movies. I really don't.
The first one was
this is where
it shows up pretending to be Uncle Fester, and then it turns out, big surprise, oh shit, he actually is Uncle Fester.
No, this is the one with the wife, like the girlfriend marries him for his money.
Oh,
right.
It's been since these came out that I saw it when it was current, but I don't remember it. This game seems like it would be a mobile game today, is what I was trying to say.
Check out the last one, where it looks like you defeat someone who looks like a bigger version of Granny. And then beside that screenshot, you rescue Lurch, who apparently has like an upwave haircut. Which I don't remember Lurch having a Frankenstein haircut. Yeah. Well, it might be like the shadow of the tree behind him, but look at the lips on him. I mean, he's got...
What page are you talking about? I don't know what
the last
you're talking about.
Coverage.
He's got his microscope out on page 27 here, in the second to last screenshot.
Okay.
And you look at Lurch in front of the log, it looks like he's got like a big... He looks like an Earthbound villain, really. I mean, he's got like big lips, like he's like a racist Looney Tune that held a stick of dynamite.
I mean, you mentioned the graphics earlier. They're not that bad. I think the screenshots don't really do it justice.
Yeah, I mean, this looks fine. This looks fine.
The graphics are fine. If I had to say one nice thing about it.
The boss fight is reminiscent of Smash TV, though, where you have to fight Ma Hinch.
God, your references are so great.
You have the best references.
Sick reference, bruh.
All right. I love some of these notes here. Pweep gets his voice back, and Fester gets a candle. Nope. Christ. Next game, Stargate.
And unfortunately, the Nope train continues. So it plays a lot like Contra.
Good so far.
Yeah, except you only have one gun, and the controls are pretty hard to like. It's kind of just a mushy control. And I don't know, maybe part of this is the ROMs that we're playing. Like I don't know if the controls like port over all that great, but so the things the game has going for it is you play as Kurt Russell, so you're like digitized version of Kurt Russell, which is great.
Do you get to sing? Oh wait, no, that's Kurt. That's Russell Crowe.
Do you get to cheat on Goldie Hawn?
Yeah. I don't know if he's known for cheating on Goldie Hawn, but all right.
Do you get to kill Chris?
I don't know.
Do you get to kill Chris Pratt's mom?
I read that in a one of those trashy magazines in the checkout aisle today at the grocery store.
Oh, I remember hearing that like Goldie Hawn got pregnant because some dude spooged on the outside of her panties, or at least that's her story. That's the Goldie Hawn story. I know.
That's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't even have to touch the vagina, just on the clothes.
So like,
I sat on a toilet seat. It's not my fault.
I just seen a picture of a lady dressed as a pumpkin, and her husband just had a white T-shirt and it had on the words "Peter, Peter."
Okay.
Inappropriate.
They digitize like his movements. It's his crouch walk is this weird like duck walk thing.
His crouch walk.
Crouch walk when you're crouched and you walk.
I like the crouch walk.
You dirty walk.
He's just like walking with his dong constantly forced out.
Slaughtered spoon. Anyway, so you walk around the outer world. You look for like caverns to explore. Basically, it's the same like quest over and over again. Going looking for team members and stuff like that. You're trying to disarm the bomb before it like blows up the universe or whatever the hell the plot of the movie was. I forget it, but they did do a decent job of digitizing like all of Kurt Russell's movements. So you've got like 8 directional shooting. You can walk around, like your machine gun never runs out of bullets. It just like kind of overheats, but even when it overheats, it doesn't really overheat. All the enemies are giant bullet sponges, which like gets really frustrating after a while. Like the first, like it just everywhere you like it's almost like you didn't have that much game or something like that. So like, all right, let's just make the enemies like really hard to beat.
So it's like Destiny.
Ouch, bro. And then you battle Anubis like over and over and over again. Like he's the same boss.
That's just like a wop. Do a gunfight.
Oh, let me do this again.
Just like a wop. Brings a knife to a gunfight.
So I really just can't recommend. Like, if you like Stargate and you enjoy like Contra mushy shooters, it's worth checking out.
Okay.
Beyond that, like I wouldn't put this in.
So when you say the play controls were bad, was it just slippery, or
it's just like, well, it's not really. It's like when they do throw like platforming in, it's just awkward. Like the walking around Contra stuff is fine. There also was this like really weird, like mode 7 you get in one of the gliders from the movie and fly it around like to get to other bases and like get resources and stuff.
Nice.
But it's just really poorly programmed though. It's like it's just not.
Yeah, this game visually reminds me of like Super Return of the Jedi or Super.
Yeah, it looks like you're fighting Tusken Raiders.
It's because it has that same desert look as Return of the Jedi. But to their credit, like looking through this, like it looks Stargate. Like this would be, if you looked at enough of these screenshots without any clues, you would figure out this was a Stargate game. So that's at least successful in a certain amount, I would say, right?
Yeah.
and apparently it came out a year after the movie release. So like, they took their damn time, which is a good sign for a movie game, because normally they like rush it out to meet the release window. Mm-hmm. So
and no one has the benefit of knowing what the movie's like.
At least they tried. I would have a hard time recommending.
Who made this game? Do you know?
A dirty wop. Place Studio Canal Plus. So a bunch of French people.
No. That's the film company.
Oh, all right. Let me. I'll go to the thing at the end that says
Acclaim.
Very good.
Is it?
It says the first word describing the article says Acclaim brings last fall sci-fi thriller to the Super NES.
Oh, there you go.
Acclaim
again.
16 megabits of pure fun.
All right. On the poster, we have a game called Weapon Lord, coming soon to your Super NES from Namco.
And it has Kratos.
Generic game. The game.
Apparently, this game still has a following, to the point where like fans are creating a remake of this game.
Yeah, but it's not like every game. Like, I mean, really.
Not really.
Like
Didn't they already?
I don't see any Clay Fighter remakes going around.
They already remade it. It's called God of War.
It's a fighting game. It's like a barbarian fighting game is what this is.
Yeah, play
it. Didn't we play games like that, like Ogre Battle or shit like that?
Ogre Battle's an RPG.
What was that other barbarian type game then?
Oh, you're talking about the hack and slasher with the Viking and the yeah.
Wasn't
Gauntlet?
it called Ogre something?
Gauntlet. Yeah, you're right.
Well, there was also Gauntlet, but this was like a side-scrolling game.
Knights of the Round.
No.
Anyways, no, this isn't. It's a actual fighter.
Anyway, let's talk about
the
Ogre
same
Battle.
way Mortal Kombat is.
Get ogre it. Ogre it. Get ogre here.
Okay, so we're skipping Epic Center and going straight to Ogre Battle?
Yeah, let's see Epic Center. What Epic news we have? We have Hitler Cop in a game again. Looking at page 35.
He's back. Commander Montgomery, your orders.
Oh my gosh.
He's now lieutenant.
He doesn't have the mustache, but
he's now Hitler
Mein
lieutenant.
Cop.
Mein Cop.
Mein Cop. Oh, Ben. Well played. Why we love you.
Okay, now we're looking at things like we got screenshots from Final Fantasy 3, SimCity, but then we see the Savage Empire. I've never heard of this game, but it looks like this guy's doing like the Michael Jackson lean.
It's the perspective. It's got this weird like.
That is an awful perspective.
Yeah, it's that third person or like three-quarter isometric view.
It's a drone's perspective of the world.
With a guy falling over. Apparently, he saw this Polynesian.
Actually,
drone.
kind of reminds me of that Golf Story game I've been playing. Actually, I had like a flashback to it. I mean, that game's fun until like you get married to a Swedish model and you get addicted to pain pills, and then you get a sex addiction. Like the game gets really dark.
So it's like Tiger Woods, the real life story.
That's the joke.
Yeah.
Really, you're married to a Swedish model, you develop a sex addiction, and yet these two things don't work out.
All right, so we're going to skip most of this. They're basically talking about all these games that are coming out, and there's a ridiculous number of them.
Smell of video, don't forget that. It says Nintendo plans to launch its upcoming RPG Earthbound using a unique campaign ad with mailers and ads featuring scratch and sniff patches. Do you remember this? Because I do.
No. What does it smell like? Desperation?
Pizza.
Well,
so yes,
says you can get an appropriate card and catch a whiff of pizza. The chosen smell should stir up excitement for Earthbound, not to mention a few stomachs. Not included will be the smells of their more vile enemies. Yeah, the one is like a pile of barf.
If my mail smelled like pizza, that would not end well. I'm just saying.
Well, then you turn into that kid from the Player's Pulse. It's like, fuck, the mail is delicious.
I don't like scratch and sniff stuff, just like I don't like scented candles. Because you know the problem with scented candles?
You wanted to eat the scented candles.
Well, I discovered with this that they taste like wax.
This doesn't taste like cinnamon bun at all.
No, it was a lie. Like, this is bullshit.
You deceived me.
God damn it, it tastes like wax.
Why should you make it taste yummy if it's not going to be yummy?
Take it from me, people.
Ben's not seal of approval.
Yes.
All right. The not seal. Not see. All right. Anyway,
back to Hitler Cop.
Ogre Battle.
See other games and blah blah blah. And
Get over it.
Who had Ogre Battle? Nobody.
It wasn't me, sadly, because this game looks great.
We didn't assign Ogre Battle.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you
Shit.
prick! Why you gave me Spider-Man, but not this?
It wasn't listed. Did you see in the table of contents?
It was not in the table. It's part of this like epic fucking.
It just says epic review. Okay, well, it's a turn-based RPG, strategy RPG.
In the land of Zenobia.
You've got the Mode 7 map for moving around the overworld, and you've got an isometric view for battles.
It looks kind of like if you had like Hearthstone and Final Fantasy 3 like had a baby. Is kind of what this game looks like.
I haven't played this one. I played Ogre Battle 64.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's my experience with it. I liked it. I mean...
Wow, and you don't like RPGs that much.
Yeah, I do have a soft spot for the turn-based at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just getting really long to the point where it's like, all right, I've played enough of this game to realize what's going on. So anyways, I assume it's a decent game.
It looks cool.
I played it.
You use tarot cards for magic? I don't know.
I want to talk about the art here.
Yeah.
Specifically, we have a fairy riding something with a thong just showing off ass cheeks.
She looks like
Nintendo Power magazine.
She looks like Ayla from Chrono Trigger if she had wings.
Just seems super inappropriate for a Nintendo magazine.
I think sometimes the art slipped through.
And this this dragon is catching a peek like a motherfucker.
Yeah, his eyes are wide open.
He's just staring for the moon. He is just full up there. Even though
he's able to see what she had for lunch.
He's wishing that part. He's wishing that part of the issue was scratch and sniff. You know what I mean?
Oh, surprise! Smells like poop.
Smells like a fish market. God damn it! Close your legs.
I actually watched. Do you realize that they made a movie adaptation reboot, whatever, of Chips? The old 70s.
Yes, with Dak
Shepard
and
Michael Pena. I actually watched that the other night.
Wow.
They actually have a funny running joke in there where the Dak Shepard, he's getting out of a long-term relationship, and the other guy is he casually mentions, "Oh yeah, dude, this chick's ate my ass." He's like, "What? Oh, it's so freaky." He's like, "No, man, it's totally like a standard now." You go in there, you go into the, you go into their bathroom, and if you see baby wipes, it's on. And it's like,
actually, that's actually true.
What do you do if they're not baby wipes? He's like, I don't know, I just do it anyways. Fuck it. Only once, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it in the dating area, anecdotally. I'm just saying.
Anecdotally.
There's been some weird encounters as well. This is becoming a thing.
There's some truth to this thing.
Yeah, no, that's accurate.
Oh man, that's not fun.
So back to the the art. We see this guy. He's a pair of eyes and a bear skin, and then we see this lady who's apparently a nun, and she's wielding a crucifix like an axe. It's
she's having none of it.
Yeah, this is how the power of Christ compels you, by parting your hair if you piss her off.
All right,
issue 71, or the issue that Ben finds out that his two co-hosts have eaten ass.
No, I've been the recipient.
Yeah, no, shit.
Oh shit!
Look, this is where Ben gets educated.
Yeah, no.
I was just imagining the Always Sunny screen.
You left the dating scene too soon, Ben.
I just rub Nutella down there before I go out for the night, and that way they get a nice little bonus.
Is that for the dog? Like peanut butter? This is like peanut butter on the balls kind of thing?
Yeah, peanut butter on the balls, Nutella on the asshole. It's
God damn it! You should use peanut butter or American here. Nutella's for Europeans.
Yeah, but you have to admit, eating ass is totally a European thing.
I guess. I have no idea. Huh.
I mean, you never looked at a girl and been like, "I want to tongue punch her fart box." I mean, come on.
It just seems like one of those things where it's like maybe at the time the idea sounds hot, but then like actual practice, you're like, nope.
What's that? It's what's that scene in Clerks where Rosario Dawson's talking about ass to mouth? Like maybe on the heat of the moment, like you have done it occasionally. Like,
right.
Yeah. So
you don't ever plan for it, kind of thing.
No, yeah, you can't like if
you don't like.
Yeah, if you start like just shoving your butthole like in their face, like
no, like you can't, like they don't know if they should be expecting a rolling brownout or what. Like this is something you gotta plan.
Yeah.
So do you have to do prep for this? How does this work? Do you like shave down there?
Well,
I get
I get
like a wax strip and just like rip.
Ow.
Well,
just kidding. Holy crap.
Well, baby wipes it first. I mean, if they request the waxing, then of course you do it because courtesy.
You gotta watch out for dingleberries, right?
I braid my ass hairs, you know.
What, out of the way?
Just like dreadlock.
A little landing strip.
It just makes them easier to yank out. Like I don't want to do this 15 times. If I can do this just 3 times, then it'll be worth it.
Use pliers.
You ever read you ever been to like a dentist's office and you see they have like Cosmopolitan magazine and you're just like,
God. You're like this move will drive your man wild. Yeah.
7 ways to drive your man to orgasm. I don't know, touch his penis.
It's time to see what these publishers are telling women to do.
Yeah, it's always thumb in the butthole, and ladies, it does work.
I haven't read that one, but I did read just tug at their pubic hairs. That really turns me on. And I'm like,
ladies,
what?
do you know men have a clit in their asshole?
All the advice they're giving is terrible. I'm like, no, literally the only thing you need to do is worry about the head of the penis. That's it.
Oh,
that's the
they're so fucking terrible. Point. How to get revenge on your man if you think he's cheating. It's like this poor fucker. He thinks like, oh man, like I don't want to tell her I'm working all these extra shifts so I can get her an anniversary present. Why is my bed on fire?
My bed on fire.
I'm always curious. Like they've had 40 years of these or whatever, and it's like all these different suggestions about stuff they can do. It's like, give him a blowjob, he'll love you. Like it's like one issue is all they ever needed. Like
pretty much.
Yeah, they could have knocked this out in a home ec class.
Yeah.
All right, girls, you probably want to know how to keep your household going. Okay, well, here's how you sew. Here's how you change a tire. Whoa. Here's how you keep your marriage from falling apart.
Yeah, just take one for
guest
the team.
Editor Snoop Doggy Dog. Literally one sentence. Get on your knees and just start juggling. That's in your mouth.
All right.
Think about it.
What else do we have?
Cosmo and Vogue have been around for 40 years. And how long has it been since the divorce rate started skyrocketing? 40 years? Coincidence? I think not.
Conspiracy.
I think there's some other reasons behind it. But all right, we also have Secret of Evermore, which was not assigned either because it's in this epic session.
Well, hold on. One last bit of artwork.
It's a cover game coming up.
One last bit of artwork. There's a skull as a character.
Yeah.
He's just a skull with a helmet and a cape.
Yep. As
if he needs a cape because he doesn't have shoulders.
Yep. And then Secret of Evermore, as Ben says, will be a feature cover game. It looks pretty cool, though. There's a lot of if you are interested in that game, there's a lot of coverage here, so go check it out.
Yeah, they talk about the beginnings of it. They got them early sketches here, the characters, some of the world maps. I love this one of the Coliseum. Kind of looks like a Lego character almost. And it talks about how the action's going to pan down.
Right. And then it's really awesome, is that a boss battle or something like that? Still frame?
Well, in the Coliseum, yeah. And then, look at this awesome spider. Fucking amazing. God,
Which is what I was just saying. But yeah, all right. And they do have some maps for Brandish as well, if you're looking to play that game, which...
Is that an NES game?
No, it's Super NES, but looks like NES.
More like Blandish, am I right?
Snap, son.
And I think that might be a good place to break.
We're going to do it before the sports scene?
We can get through sports real quick if you want.
Let's power through sports, and then we'll call it at the halfway point.
Okay.
Okay, who had sports scene?
Sports was me.
Huzzah!
We have International Superstar Soccer. This is I think it was the first year that FIFA and International Superstar Soccer went up against each other. I think they call it PES now, though. Now, like these two franchises are still technically going up against each other. So, it's kind of interesting there.
You can still sort of after that scandal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That game is like probably one of the top selling games every year.
Organization, yeah. They pinged it on the main guy in charge of it.
Let's see, 95 wasn't a World Cup year, so I guess this is just, but they do have like sort of a cup option in International Superstar Soccer. They do have like realistic rosters as well, so we've got that going for them, and FIFA as well. And if you look at like between the two pages, like they almost have the same shot, like shot for shot Brazil versus like another team. They have very similar like isometric views. Like there was not a lot of differences between the games at this point. It was more just whichever play style you preferred. I didn't play a lot of soccer back at this point in growing up, so like I never really compared them that much. From playing them just a little bit, like I really couldn't pick up a giant difference. Like they're pretty much the same game. They also have some coverage here on Sterling Sharp's end-to-end football, which is bizarre because it's not licensed. So it's just like one random football player's football game. Yeah, it plays awfully. It's just all kinds of weird. And
someone just said, make a sports game.
Sterling Sharp, like, I mean, he was a pretty big star, but like, he wasn't the biggest star. Like, it makes sense to have like Dan Marino football or Brett Favre football, but Sterling Sharp's football, like, I don't know.
Like if someone put out like Tebow Bowl 2010.
You just read Bible passages and wait for a team to call you.
There's a mini game where you go practice your batting too.
All right.
Well, it's better than the Michael Vick simulator game.
It's a dogfighting game.
It's basically Pokemon with dogs.
Yeah, I'd play that. All right. They have some Madden tips. So they had Madden last month, but now they have like some more Madden tips in here as well. They're saying the Vikings, Cowboys, and 49ers are really good teams to use. And they give you some tips for how to play offense and defense. But we covered that game before. Then they also have Super Base Loaded 3 on the Super NES. I played a lot of Bases Loaded 2, I believe. That was the one I had. And I played like to death when I was growing up. But
it's got a nice ad.
Yeah, Sunstriker Sizzle 3000. It's a call the pitch before it's thrown with Sunstriker Telephoto Shades, the perfect gift for batters and umps. So you can basically like T1000 glasses that you can pick up the grip before the pitcher throws the ball is what they're trying to get at. The bases loaded. The big thing here is the overhead view of like the base pass and fielding is pretty much the same, but the view that you get like when you're I believe that's I think it's when you're batting and pitching. You get that better, like sort of. They rendered that frame a lot better. You can see that in the middle of the page there.
Yeah, I don't think the top screenshot is from this game. That's very clearly a Nintendo game that's older.
I think
the screenshot on the bottom right is accurate.
I think it's just a bad version of the screenshot, like that. Yeah,
I don't think that's from the right game.
Okay, they might have used the wrong game image. That's true. Ben's probably right there, but the bottom right is indicative of what.
Right.
Because that top one looks like more like the version I played, which was not Bases Loaded 3. So they might have used an older version. I don't know.
Baseball Simulator, where apparently you're playing baseball against the Emperor from Star Wars.
Baseball Simulator is an odd series because it's like robot. It's kind of like Blurns Ball, like from Futurama. It's like robots playing baseball or baseball under like really odd conditions. So it's more of like a kind of tongue-in-cheek version of baseball.
You mean tongue in butt?
No, yeah, that too. And then there's Sporting News Baseball, which is notable only for one reason. It has 2-on-2 as a mode option, so you can actually play 4 players at a time. I couldn't simulate that because I'm only one person. So, but that is a cool feature. You and 2 other friends playing your 2 other friends, theoretically at least. Oh, right. There was also a Final Four game. It was really shitty.
It's not NBA Jam.
Empty field.
Got it.
Yeah.
And we have a fake ad for something called Stuck on You, which is
it's that movie with
goo.
Matt Damon and Greg Kinnear, right?
Oh, jeez. And it's some kind of grip glue that you put on your hand. You grip a basketball.
I think it's a tub of Dennis Rodman's sperm.
Looks like it's green hair coloring gel. Yeah, so it helps you keep your grip on the ball. All right, that ends the first half of this issue. We will pick it up at page 60 next time. Let's see here. If you want to find more about us, go to our website, playingwithpowerpodcast.com. Visit us on Facebook, facebook.com/playingwithpowerpodcast. Or visit the Patreon and help support the show with hosting fees and get extra content. Patreon.com/playingwithpower.
Yep.
And otherwise, go on iTunes, give us a rating and review. We'd appreciate it. Mike, what do you have?
Well, if you want to hear some more hilarity from me, because you just can't get enough, but you want a little less analingus talk, you can check out the Graveyard Shift on facebook.com/thegraveyardshiftpod. We're doing Halloween because of course it's Halloween. That's like our Christmas over at that show. But we're doing Halloween movies that aren't the Halloween franchise. So check that out.
This is Halloween. What do you mean Halloween movie that isn't the Halloween? Oh.
Yeah, movies that take place during Halloween, like Trick or Treat, or Trick or Treat.
I thought you meant like the Mike Myers movies.
Yeah, I was not Halloween movies. Okay,
aren't that? Because everyone else is doing those Halloween movies, and we're just like, why be predictable?
You should call it something else then.
Yeah, Halloween. That's not Halloween.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I don't want to listen to that.
You wouldn't listen to it anyway.
That's accurate. But I want to listen to that less than your other ones.
Well, you will want to listen to our one afterwards, because after Halloween is over, we will be talking with Kyle Clark.
Wait a minute. Okay, your podcast is called The Graveyard Shift. It's the fucking scary holiday, and you're not doing just gorging on the best scary movies.
We are, just not the predictable ones. Plus, we're also reading some really horrible ones. We are doing Halloween 1 and 2. That's a Patreon though.
Okay.
So
all right, that's
anyway,
all time we have time for.
If you don't want Halloween movies after November, we will be ending Halloween with Kyle Clark from The Nerdist making a return trip to my little podcasting empire. We will be talking about Night of the Comet.
Oh, I remember that movie. It's good.
Thanks for listening. I'm Ben.
I'm Mike.
And I'm John.
And now you're playing with Power.
Entertainment system. Now you're playing with power.
Just like a WAP.